This is Sony Regis reporting from the Philippines. Talks between claimant countries over disputed islands in the South China Sea have been on hold for some time now, or more like no talk has ever ensued. The Philippines and Vietnam, two of the most vocal, have been crying foul and are desperately trying to be heard, while the other countries, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, have been relatively quiet about it. And the Goliath of the story, China, has been playing the role of bully for a while and is doing great at it. While Vietnam and the Philippines whine at every move of China in the contested territories, China meanwhile keeps on taunting these smaller nations and gives them more reasons to whine. First they send warships, then they ship in hordes and hordes of fishing vessels. Then they mounted the flag on one of the islands, and then now they did the unexpected. They inaugurated China's newest island city in one of the tiny islands dotting the contested waters. Sansha is the name of the new mini-city, meaning as it is too tiny it could barely hold an airstrip, but it has a post office, a bank, supermarket, and a hospital, and a new mayor. Ironically, the island is 13 hours by air from perhaps the closest province from the mainland, while nothing more than a few hours from both Vietnam and the Philippines. The reason why these two nations are raising their brows on China's newest move. The island really would be nothing more than a tiny piece of land or rock or coral that houses no more than 1,000 people whose freshwater source is 13 long hours away from air freight. And who knows if and when they have electricity. But of course, it does not take a genius to know China is going to do this sooner than later. And the reason is obvious: oil. As for China, they need whatever oil there is in on these waters to advance their quest for superpowerdom. As for the other countries, Malaysia, Brunei, the need may not be too big, and they might have been doing their thing on the South China Sea discreetly. For Taiwan, it is the link to the mainland. But for struggling developing nations like Vietnam and the Philippines, whatever oil and wealth generating potentials these islands have, the islands could mean their only hope to advancing in the economic race, their only chance at improving the lives of their people. Tony Regis,